We're counting down to Trump's deadline for deals at the end of the week, 1st of August. He has envoys in Sweden, including the Treasury Secretary, talking to China, trying to get the American tech market opened up here in China. It follows the deal with the European Union, which was the big story today. 15% tariff rate set on most imports to the U.S. Still, significant extra cost for businesses, but it's half the rate that Trump was threatening when he said they'd get 30 if they failed to reach a deal. Let's bring in Martin Latz on this, CEO at Latz Negotiation. He's the author of the book that's called Real Trump Deal, eye-opening look at how he really negotiates. Welcome back, Marty. I always like our conversations when you come on a day like this because it's supposed to us go, oh, there's the deal, 15, should it have been 20? You're kind of the Trump mind here with what you know and what you've written about. You laugh. I don't know if you want to be. But you tell us kind of, or give us insight to how he thinks. What about some of these deals he's been cutting? What would you say about what we've seen, especially over the last few weeks?
Well, Trump has been very effective at his bullying tactics, and they're paying off for him now. They paid off with regard to Great Britain, the 10%, Japan, 15%, and now the EU for 15% as well. But we have to take a look at the details. There's a lot of ambiguity. Excuse me, there's a lot of ambiguity. These are framework deals. We don't know a lot of what we don't know. Still to be negotiated.
Yeah, that's kind of half on purpose, right? Or is it, if Trump throws it out there, says, best deal I ever had. And you know what? I think a lot of it probably is positive, right? The fact that he's been able to get a lot of these countries to, quite frankly, give in. I said earlier, a lot of Europeans are not thrilled with this. So maybe a lot of that is positive. But then to your point, we can get anything on the tech stuff. So I guess the hope is, from the president's political point of view, that we all move on and kind of get the next story?
Well, I think that's right. He's a master at obviously creating the political narrative. And so now we've got the biggest trade deal ever. But there are a lot of unknowns in this particular deal. And there were a lot of unknowns in the Japan deal. We're now seeing that Trump says that they're going to invest $550 million in the U.S., or $550 billion in the U.S., and the U.S. is going to keep all the profits. But if you take a look and listen to what Japan's saying about the deal, they're saying 1% to 2% is going to be direct investment, and the rest are going to be loans and loan guarantees. So we really have to take a look at the actual details. But Trump is a big picture guy, and so he's going to, throw out that 15% and move on.
Because I think he knows that most of the people watching and paying attention are big picture people themselves. I think he's probably right about that. Don't you agree? So that if you play it that way in a negotiation, you can come across as the winner. But in some cases, that, he is a winner. He's gotten, I think, if you look back to April, there was all kinds of doom and gloom, and people said the stock market is never going to come back. It's tanking, and this is really a mess for the country. So if you do look big picture at it, and you do, you're not digging into the weeds, I can see how he could present himself as a winner. Has he surprised you a little bit, or is this what you would have expected him to do and how you would have expected him to handle it?
Well, I expected most of this. He is an extremely aggressive negotiator from an offer concession perspective. So when he came out on Liberation Day and just threw out those numbers, it was no surprise that he would back off within a relatively short period when he realized that the bond market was going to cause him major problems. And you've seen the unpredictability that you and I have spoken about in the past, front and center in this negotiations. But as a real trade bully, he has focused and understood that you've got to focus, from his perspective, on the EU's alternative or plan B to a deal. And by focusing on that and creating a real downside risk for them, he has created the opportunity to claim a huge win here and to move on.
But I don't know. And by the way, I don't know if 15%. Right. I was going to say, I don't know if it's a win anyway. Like, if is 15% a win? I mean, I don't know. Maybe time will tell, as the old cliche says, time will tell. And, if we pay higher prices, people will look back and say, oh, that 15 was too high. But now, when you paint it as like, I was going to hit you with 30 and now you got 15, he can argue, we're going to be bringing in a bunch of revenue for the United States and it's not going to kill growth. And, in the short term, at least, that might be true. And that does kind of make the experts eat their words a little bit.
Well, yes and no. I mean, if you take a look, as you point out, accurately so, at the short term, he can claim a win. But long term, you take a look at the EU. They don't want to do business with a bully. And so they're really taking some very concrete, practical steps to try to find alternative countries with whom to deal. And it opens up the door for countries like China. It's also a lose for the U.S. consumers, because if you talk to trade experts, they say that we are going to be paying more. So maybe a short-term win, long-term, I see problems ahead.
That's another
from a
timing issue,
perspective.
Marty. That's another timing issue on the pay more, because now if you're Trump, you say, like, I'll give you an example. Like General Motors came out with its earnings, was last week, the week before, and they said, oh, the tariffs hit us for like $1 billion in the quarter, okay? Hit them, by the way, hit General Motors, because we always say, who pays the tariffs? Well, for now, what's going on is a bunch of these big American companies are eating the tariff costs. We know they have to pay it. If they're the importer of record, they're paying it. It's not the other country, okay. But they're not passing it along that much yet. Maybe that changes, but in the short term, again, that's a good look for Trump. And because he could come out and say, well, maybe it won't change.
Well, that's part of Trump's brilliance, is he's focusing on the short term. He's claiming a win, and he's figuring that over the long term, people aren't going to recognize maybe what's happening in terms of trade and other countries going to alternative markets. And that's part of why he has been elected twice, despite exceedingly difficult odds.
Yeah, he has. But again, this has been an interesting week. Marty, good to have you on. Thanks for joining us. Marty Latz, I call him the Trump brain, the Trump mind. But you do have good insights into how he negotiates. So this is what he was like in business, you think, for the most part, the way he's handling it now? Same thing?
40, 50 years, he's been a one-shot pony in terms of his strategies and tactics.
Sometimes
Very
it
predictable.
works. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't, but then he doesn't talk about that. Marty Latz.
Exactly.
All right.